You are now tuned into Blueprint Radio.
And just like that, me and Matic are back.
Yes, sir.
What's good, my guy? How you been?
I'm here, my guy. You good?
Good. We about to have a good show today.
I'm good. I'm feeling good. Week was good. I stayed busy. Again, that's the theme. We're not where we want to be. So
come on, bro.
We got to continue to try and grow and build. So that's been the focus. How was your week?
Bro, I was sick.
I
was mad sick. I had
a little thumping.
I was out from like Tuesday to Thursday.
Yeah.
Bedridden. Just happy to be back. But in that time, I got to watch mad TV, so I'm up on everything.
Right,
I'm up on the Penguin.
Hey.
I'm up on Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring something to your attention that I was watching.
Talk to me.
We talk about trials of the 90s.
Yeah.
We talked about OJ. We talked about Paul Bernardo.
Yeah.
But there was these two brothers that got caught up in the 80s.
I remember that.
And then their trial went for like 7 years.
Yeah.
They were under some type of effect, the Menendez brothers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Netflix documentary about them right now. It's pretty dope. It's about 8 episodes, an hour long each,
Yeah.
and they basically just outline what had happened.
Okay.
I always heard about the Menendez brothers, but I never did the research.
Likewise.
I know they had, unlifed their parents.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, unlifing?
Yeah, that's what. Just saying that sounds awkward.
I know, right?
No, but I remember when it dropped. I guess I was young, at the time.
Oh, we were mad young.
Yeah,
but they always made reference to it on like Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't hang out with those Menendez boys. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So as they were dropping those gems, like that was comedy. But
about that. Yeah.
90s comedies is different because they make light of death. Like
that is dark. I didn't even take that in.
That's very dark. But it's a dark story, man. Like when you really dig deep into it, you find out that they were abused by their parents.
Yeah, I've seen the info about the doc over the last maybe couple years now.
Bro, all right. So here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
we're both gonna watch it. All right, I've watched most of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna give you some time to watch it. Okay. We'll really talk about it. Yeah, it's one of those ones where you like sit with your lady.
All right.
You guys do 2 episodes a night,
yeah.
But it becomes addicting because you want to know what's gonna happen next. But I watched like
it's good though, right? Like it's captivating. It keeps you going from episode to episode. All right,
like even like you get to know their lawyers and what was going on and family members testifying for them. So it's kind of blurry. You don't know if you should feel sorry for them, if they were really hurt like that, or if they were really monsters. But the craziest thing is.
Yeah.
I'm watching this shit and I'm like, yo, why are these guys in love with Milli Vanilli, dog? Like, the man played Milli Vanilli as the song for his parents passing away. Yeah. So it made one of the brothers look like he's a monster. Yo.
What song?
Yo.
If you mind me asking, what song did
it was like, I miss
Blame
you.
It on the Rain or
Nah. It was one of the, like, I miss you type
But you remember
joints.
how big Milli Vanilli was.
Yeah,
right?
It's
and
crazy.
We were young then too,
so it was a sign of the times, right?
Yeah,
and they were big time
it was pop
in that.
culture back then.
Yeah, they were big time in that LA area, the Beverly Hills, Brenton. So,
the family was co-opted, right?
You get to see them kind of cross paths with OJ in the prison. Son, it's a wild doc.
Okay,
we're gonna talk about it in depth.
Yeah,
but I just wanted to bring that one to your attention.
Yeah, I was interested. Still, I haven't even been able to caught up to them. You're saying that you also watched the Aaron Hernandez.
Oh yeah. Well, Aaron Hernandez was a little older.
Yeah.
But I got caught up on that. I was sick, so I'm basically bedridden, like working in the bed.
Yeah.
And then you might have a little Netflix on. So Aaron Hernandez's story is nuts, bro.
Yeah, I remember in real time.
He's nuts,
in real
bro.
Time.
And there's like guys coming out saying like they were lovers. There's also like, his family's background. That's where it gets messed up.
Yeah, see, I don't even know it that deep. I just remember like in regards to like him being at Miami, and the rep with Miami, whatever.
Exactly,
but having like an attempted murder case in Miami, and then still making the NFL, and it was it was his celebration.
He was supposed to be first or second round.
Celebration to me with everything that he did and that he was convicted for and all of that, like the shovel and the money and that is laughing in the face of, you know what I mean?
If everything is true,
jeez.
I don't want to say it. I don't know how to say it, but like, if the story goes like how they're painting the story to go, Son is a monster.
Yeah. What's the name of the doc?
I didn't even remember, dog. Okay. It's just Aaron Hernandez, and it's on Netflix, so you'll definitely see it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you'll definitely see it.
I'll catch up on that for sure.
You are now tuned into Blueprint Radio.
So, my man.
Yeah.
Not a busy week in news. Obviously, we're hearing lots come out about Diddy. Everything is just ricocheting off Diddy. But I saw Piers Morgan have Jaguar Wright on.
This is wild.
And to me, it makes no sense because personally, wild. I only know Jaguar Wright for a couple songs. Like, she's not...
The celebrity doesn't match.
She's like a D-list celebrity on Piers Morgan. So is he digging for the gold? Is he trying to find an angle to get on this Diddy story?
I think we can go multiple ways with it. I like that. I think everybody wants a piece of it. Obviously, I'm slightly into I don't want to say conspiracy theories, but, you know, based on some of the jargon he was using, you know, for those that haven't seen the video, please go watch it. It seemed like it was leading in a certain direction in regards to, like, the way they painted hip-hop, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
I did not appreciate this interview.
Her tone came off like she was trying to win a Tony. Like, it was like she was on Broadway,
That was a Grammy-winning performance by her. She said a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
She really didn't go into what Jay-Z's done. She just says that Jay-Z is this person who's a key holder. The only thing she said was, you know, Epstein, Diddy.
She dropped Clive Davis.
A couple people that...
Some big names, though.
Yeah.
She went headhunting.
She was basically saying he's the thread between them all.
Yeah. The gatekeepers.
But
right?
To me, I'm like, come on, Jack.
She was calling them devils, evil. Like, she was going in, and honestly, I didn't know much about her because I know she was kind of bubbling. She was a backup dancer for the Roots, and she was on that Unplugged stage with Jay. Right. Yeah. So she had a couple albums. I did a quick wiki look up, so you know I got kind of caught up with it. She had a couple. She had two big albums on majors, so she had a career.
She's just known for this gossipy tea part.
Yeah,
though.
But you know,
this is what I know Jaguar Wright for. And the crazy thing is, I seen her with Orlando Brown, and we know Orlando Brown is fried. And they seem like they were on the same frequency.
That seems like the same.
And when a man's when a man or a female is on the same frequency of as a Orlando Brown. Who just spouts out and says whatever, but we seen him running through Hollywood with no shoes on. Like, come on, fam. I can't take that as
he's been going through it. But yeah, no. Again, I think the character's at play, and you got to understand what you're getting from where you're getting it from.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, even in Wiki, I know you can't take Wiki for as hardcore facts, but it goes down to read that she also has a problem with Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill. She called Mary J. Blige.
She's called every girl in the industry 304 that's made it.
Yeah.
Basically, she said they did a little strange things for a little change, and that's how they made it through the industry. And she doesn't respect any of their talents.
So I'll play the other side of the coin just to do so in a sense. And it's not even with her. It's just... You know me. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It's not like we haven't heard certain things to a certain direction. So, you know, I'll shoot everybody they bail in that sense. But to me, it looked staged. And it looked like...
It looks sticky to me.
Yeah, bro. Very, very sticky. It looks sticky. Very sticky.
All right, so in other news, we found out that Drake is going to be hosting the World Cup when it comes to... The CANADA. He's going to be the host of it. Now, let's put that into perspective.
Yeah.
World Cup garners about 5 billion viewers around the world.
Yeah.
I don't want to compare it to Kenny's Super Bowl. That's only 100 million.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it seems like Drake is playing chess.
Yeah.
It was because why are they announcing it now? This is kind of early.
No, they announced it earlier. They actually announced it earlier. It's just it's been circling back around because of the Super Bowl, right?
So
people in Drake's camp are like, well, okay, you could have the Super Bowl. We'll take the World Cup kind of thing, right? So I think it's just camps defending camps at this point, and
I got swept up in the Toronto.
No,
back
it's all
thing.
good. I get it.
My bad.
You have to rep. You have to rep.
I got swept up, but
you have to rep.
I mean, that is such a big look for Toronto, Canada, everything like.
Yeah, we're of course we're one of the 3 countries co-hosting the World Cup, right? Us, US, and Mexico. And there's a bunch of games in Toronto, a bunch of games in Vancouver. You know, Drake is right now and has been probably over the last 5 to 10 years the biggest international star on the hip hop side in the world, if not in general pop star.
But the biggest Canadian star.
And then on top of that,
you
right?
Know what I mean?
So to have somebody to represent, the world sport. Right, and from the world city, which Toronto is often referred to.
Yo, listen, I think
it's perfect.
This is just another big W for hip hop.
Yeah, always.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a great look.
When
like,
hip hop wins, we win.
It doesn't matter. Like, he's an ambassador for Toronto, Canada, but hip hop music in general, and I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to seeing Kenny at the Super Bowl. I want to see if he brings out Wayne, what kind of tricks he brings out. We've beat this topic to death.
You are now tuned into Blueprint Radio.
Yeah. Sports is out on 10 right now. Everything is in full swing. Let me ask you this quick question before we start. What's the best time of year for a sports fan? Is it October, where you have football starting to get into full swing? You got hockey coming back. You got baseball playoffs.
Yeah, it's got to be October.
Basketball preseason.
It's got to be October.
Okay, all right, cool. So we got that. So I'm going to flip it to late April, May-ish, where then you have NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball coming back. You have, for us footy fans, you got the end of the EPL, you got Champions League finals, and it's warm outside. So you're going with October for sure. More sports.
I always say
football.
October because I love playoff baseball.
Yeah.
CFL, NFL. NBA starting back is always wicked. That's when I get in the draft mode.
Fantasy's a monster, man. Like,
and you always get some great boxing matches at this time of the year.
Okay, all right.
UFC is always turning up around this time. Like, closer to the end of the year is when you start getting the real matches that you want to see. For me, I always equate it to October, November. Okay. Once the weather gets a little colder inside,
you're inside. Okay.
EPL is right up there now. So.
Okay.
For sure.
I was always wavering between the two, but I think I'm going to go with you on October. I think you actually might have convinced me.
I swayed you?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
Yeah, it is. I just like, when there's playoffs, when everything means something.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like that's where I'm engaged. But,
of course.
Okay, so in regards to, let's start off, let's say rest in peace to Pete Rose.
Yes.
One of the greatest baseball players
Charlie
to ever play the game. So unfortunately, his name has been tied with...
It's maligned, bro.
Yeah, gambling, and it's sad to see that one of the greatest players, switch hitters, batters, the all-time hits leader, not be able to see, his family see him inducted while he was here into the Hall of Fame. Especially now that gambling is legal.
But you can't gamble as a player or as a coach, though.
I get it. No, I get it.
You switch it.
I get it.
Son was gambling and like changing the lineup.
The coach is wild.
Yeah, like because you have so much to do with the sport. But honestly, I think he should get in there one day, even though that
definitely
he does have stains on his record. But what he's done as a player and what he did as a coach,
I think we're too
minus the allegations.
Anyone get hurt? Anyways, rest in peace, Pete Rose.
You know what I mean?
Condolences to his family and everything.
I want to ask you about something quickly. We're going to switch topics. We're going to go to NFL.
All right,
last week, Davante Adams requested a trade.
Yeah.
I bought the jersey in the summer. I got that 17 Raiders jersey.
Okay.
I don't want him to leave. What team do you think he should be featured on?
Oh, doggy.
Let me know.
He is gone.
Yeah.
I think it's been floating around, and it looks like he's going to be a New York Jet. It makes the most sense.
He wants to go back with his old teammate, right? His old QB.
That's where he had the most success. I think they had the best success rate together as a combination quarterback and wide receiver while they were together. It's good. If I had to think outside of the box for other teams, I think maybe the Dallas Cowboys can use them. They need, like, they even have CeeDee Lamb Lamb, but
Cowboys.
Yeah, I think they could probably use them. I'm a Niners fan. I'd take them. You can take anybody. I'll take Davante.
I'm hearing the Bills are looking at them too. I would like that.
Yeah.
The Saints are also looking at them, but out of the box is the Commanders.
Yeah. I mean,
right now they're really 4-1. They got the rookie quarterback who is killing it.
Yeah.
Was it Davante Daniels?
No, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels has been killing it. I think he'd be another great option. I think where they're worried about them is on the defensive end, but it doesn't hurt them to have another long threat. Pause.
I think he has another at least another good 3 years at elite service. To me, he's still top 3 wide receivers in the league. So
nice.
Yeah. Any game stand up for you over the weekend? You don't got to stay on it for too long.
What happened to San Fran, my G?
Listen, I don't know. We were up 14 in the fourth and lost the game, so I can't even call it. I'll be honest with you.
Saints lost 2 in a row. Bills lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, everyone's coming back down to earth.
The Vikings look amazing.
The Steelers lost 2 in a row, right? It's
and the Steelers were world beaters at first, so you know.
With so hey,
the Ravens won a tight one in OT.
Well, okay, let me ask you this question, and we'll get out of football. Actually, 2 more questions. So, who's the best team to you? Because obviously the Vikings too are 5-0, winning in London, beating those Jets that we were talking about earlier. Who else kind of stands out to you as the best team in football after 5 games or week 5?
I still go with the Chiefs. They continue to find a way to win, even with injuries. It's hard to bet against the champs.
Tough, man.
Until the champs get beaten, I got to keep on going with the champs, even though the Vikings look really good right now.
See, I'm going to go off the board there, and I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think they were my pick out the AFC, so I'm going to
ride. They were.
But they have the best offense and probably I think the second best defense in the league. So that is crazy. Lamar could probably be third time MVP this year. Derrick Henry is the best offensive weapon and the rushing leader so far this year. So it's what are we, a quarter away in, just over a quarter away in of the season right now. So it's going to be good. I like it so far. Obviously, as the Niners, I think we're 2-3 now. Yeah. I'll take a wild card spot because nobody wants to see us in the playoffs. But okay.
I love the confidence in the squad. Though.
Unwavering confidence.
Let's go.
Who do you got tonight? We'll end it on this. Chiefs, Saints. Chiefs are favored by 5.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs, even though I told you I love the Saints. But the Chiefs have just been winning. They continue to win. A touchdown is nothing to them, so I'm going to go with them.
See, I want to go with the Chiefs. I just don't trust the Saints on grass outdoors. I think it's just something that I'll trust the Saints on turf, in the Superdome or in New Orleans. I'll trust them there. I don't think they ever traveled well, so I will go with the Chiefs definitely straight up. But I think it's gonna be high scoring. Even though in the NFL it's weird like that, where you hear that the Chiefs have lost so many weapons, they just find a way to put up 45 points tonight.
I'm telling you,
right?
Bro.
So
I'm telling you, bro.
We'll see how that goes. Let's slide right into NBA preseason draft day. I mean, it's our media day. Was this past week? Anything stood out for you?
Not really, but what stood out to me. Detroit Pistons smacked the Bucks. It means nothing. It means nothing, but I'm a Detroit guy, so I gotta rep, and they look good out there. Now we can get on to Bronny and Bron James, because that was really the topic.
Right.
Bronny playing with his father. They made sure they put them beside each other so they could get that picture for LeBron's living room or whatever.
We gotta communicate better than that. We can't start with the Detroit Pistons.
What do you mean, dog? I'm already receiving hate, bro. Listen to this. A man sent me a meme already saying that it's unbelievable, but the Detroit Pistons are already out of playoff contention. I'm like, yo, dog, this is game 1 of preseason. Like, you guys are disrespecting me. I'm not feeling that. I think we're gonna have a much better year. Raptors look good.
Yeah. They look kind of good.
You know what I mean?
First game, yeah.
But that was it. LeBron looks amazing.
Yeah.
Bronny looks.
Yeah, again, for me, obviously the Raptors, we're going to get more, I think, 6 preseason games, which is, I think, is a little too much. Let's just get to the regular season with it.
Facts.
Bron and Bronny, I'm at a loss for words.
What do you even say to that?
it's such a good feeling. I think it's not even about the stats. It's just like I think an amazing like human moment for me. Like
story, bro.
Arguably top 2 best players of all time. I think we can say that he's revolutionized LeBron. He's revolutionized the small forward position, right? I think I have an argument that Bron kind of started like the wave of positionless basketball in that sense. Like for him to be 4th in the all-time assist list means that he was running the offense. And at a small forward position, now big shout out to Magic, who was way ahead of his time.
Of course.
In that sense. But I think what Bron did, changed the league. Bron opened up the door for KD to a certain degree to not back to the basket.
Bro, I'm always scared having LeBron conversations because the way how guys hate on LeBron, like, I feel like their eyes are coming through the camera at us already.
Yeah, but let it listen. We'll check the comments. We on that. But at the end of the day, like I feel that like even with Steph, like he opened up like Steph in the 90s would be a point guard that would bring up the ball, run the offense. He's not pulling those shots, right? So I think the way that Bron came in the league changed the way that like there is no real position depending on your height, size.
Positionless basketball.
Yeah, with that. So, but I guess when it comes to the preseason, just seeing them play together yesterday. Bro, as a father, bro.
No, that's a dope moment.
Just playing ball with the youths and.
But your son has made it to the highest level with you.
Not even that. Yeah, and even nepotism is real. Who cares?
It doesn't matter. He had to be able to dribble the ball to get there, though.
There, right? Honestly, I'm thinking about it right now. This might make Bron the GOAT for me. Like this check mark right here, and I'm not even fronting. Like MJ, I had an MJ poster on my room. Above my bed in my room.
I can't go against MJ, fam.
Hey,
I can't go against MJ.
Take it.
No, I appreciate you.
Nah, dog.
All around, he's a great, and he's a GOAT.
Yeah.
But if I need that last shot,
this is a flex. No, this is bigger than basketball, dog.
Of course.
When I'm talking GOAT, I'm talking bigger than basketball. And that was the argument for Jordan because what he did for the business of the game and all of that. Like what Bron's doing for like just humanity of the game. Like his whole aura, his whole everything. And now being able to have the longevity. And again, you're just talking about how good he looks in year 22, 23.
Bro, he was slamming that rock.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, and to have the will to be healthy enough to play with your son in basketball. Like, shout out to Griffies. But in basketball is almost unheard of, right? This is a different flex. Like, this is different, bro.
I'm rocking with you, bro.
This is different.
I'm not going to jump out the window with you, but
nah,
you know what I mean?
Nah.
I'll check if you're good on the other side. Like, I'll go down there and I'll say, yo, fam, you're good? All right, come in the car. I'll bring you to the hospital. I'm not going to jump with you, though.
You got to come with me, bro. You got to come with me, bro.
Yo, quickly in EPL,
yeah.
Villa tied Man U. Man U is not the Man U of yesterday. I wasn't feeling it, but we beat Bayern Munich during Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
During the week, we beat them, and like I was on a high because I've been hearing about this squad, and we beat them, and then we come back and we tie Man U. Arsenal beat Southampton 3-1.
We're taking care of business.
I know you guys are third in the standings. We're fifth. Right now, Liverpool is number 1 with 18 points. Man City is number 2 with 17, tied with Arsenal, who also has 17. And we're tied with Chelsea with 14 each. And yo, we're coming. We're coming. Anything to say about what's going on in EuroLeague soccer, Premiership soccer?
No, we got Champions League, I believe, this week. So, it's still... They changed the format and everything, so I'm still getting kind of used to it.
Yeah.
But that's good. Arsenal, obviously, we're in third, so I'm cool there. You got the back-to-back draws right now, though, right?
Yeah, we have back-to-back draws. Don't front on us. I know you had something spicy to say, but it's cool.
I'm keeping it light.
It's cool. I'm getting it. You guys will get a win on Saturday.
Yeah.
You guys will get a win on Saturday.
Well, we haven't lost. So, okay. Anything else on the EPL for you?
You guys have also tied a couple games, so
right.
don't front. Don't act like that. No, you haven't lost. We haven't lost either. We have...
Okay, so lastly, we'll go back to basketball. It was announced today that Shams is the new head of
we called that
reporting.
We called
ESPN.
that. We knew that.
Yeah, that was a layup at the end of the day.
Soft thing.
Yeah, ESPN just gets the whoever's the
well,
one,
if you don't have my man, you're gonna go get Shams.
Yeah, well we.
I lie. If you don't have my man, you're gonna go get Shams.
All right,
so it just made sense.
That's it for sports. You got anything else?
Nah, we cool.
All right.
Up next, we got a guest. It's gonna be fire. Holla at us.
You are now tuned into Blueprint Radio.
Yo, as you can see, I switched seats. I'm beside my man Matic because we got a very special guest for y'all.
Yes, sir.
The one and only Mega Sean. What's good, baby?
Konnichiwa,
Yes, sir.
So we know you. We know your story, but the people need to know your story.
Yeah.
How did you start rapping? How
What
did
a
you
story,
get
too.
into the game?
Okay, how I started rapping. First, I fell in love with hip hop.
Yeah.
Grade 9,
Okay.
cafeteria, high school. There's a school dance that was going to happen after school. The DJs were setting up in the cafeteria behind the stage, and then he accidentally let a record fly while he was testing the sound. It's so it's OPP, Naughty by Nature. I recognized the sample, but I wasn't clear what it was right away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, whoa, what is that? And that was it. I was like...
You fell in love right there.
I fell in love with hip-hop, but I didn't think that I was skilled enough to rap because you listen to Nas and Rakim and you're like, wow.
That's a fact.
These guys are serious.
It's levels.
And then when Das Effect started rapping, I was like, I could do this.
No disrespect,
No,
right?
I loved those guys, but I was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me something.
Dope.
We want to hear, what was your first rap name? Like, when you came out the gate, you said, I'm going to be a rapper. You finally put pen to paper. What did you come out as? MC?
They called me Bubba, and then they called me Bubba Sean.
Okay.
But it wasn't like I gave myself a MC name.
Yeah.
This is what people were calling me.
Dope.
Okay.
From grade 4, they started calling me Bubba.
So it was just like your street name that transformed into your hip hop name. All right. Okay. So what albums kind of motivated you back then? You said, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 1993, and I don't know what the Black Sheep album was called. What was that album called?
I think it's The Choice Is Yours.
Or what's it called? Maybe the album was called Flavor of the Month.
I know
Black
Flavor
Sheep,
of the Month was, yeah.
What was the album called? I know it was the Black Sheep album. I know, but I don't.
That's a crazy album.
Yeah, but I
right
don't know
off the
name
intro
of it.
when he's rapping all gangster. That's a crazy album. I remember that one.
That album, there's the Showbiz and AG, Fat Pockets, their single was an inspiration. Bush Babies, We Can Do It, or is it We Can Swing It? Can't remember what
It's called A Wolves in Sheep's Clothing.
That's what the name of the album's called?
Yeah. Because they're on the cover with the sheep on there.
Yes.
So you've been a hip hop guy for a minute.
Yes.
So who influenced you on like a Canadian level?
Yeah.
Maestro.
Of course.
Yeah.
Maestro, come on, conducting things, the dancing. I was dancing first. Everybody loved dancing.
That's what it was back then, yeah.
Kid and Play made you like.
It was fun.
It was It
was fun.
Hip hop was fun.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened today. But when I started listening to it,
it's the money.
When I was listening to it, it was all fun, and there was a hip hop and there was hip house.
Yeah.
Like Redhead, Kingpin, and Queen Latifah were doing hip house.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was a lot. It was dancing. If your music wasn't danceable, you weren't popping.
I hear you. So tell us what the movement was in your city, like the area you were in. What were the clubs that were popping? What was the DJs that was popping? Who was the radio DJ that, where did you access hip hop at that time?
The first, back then, the only thing you could really watch was Casey Kasem, Chum stuff. There was no outlet. Then it was 89.5. 88.1 Master Plan shows, all those radio stations. Then what the best hip hop show that I remember, because they're the first ones to play my music, was the Mastermind Street Jam.
Big shout out to
Energy
Mastermind.
108, the Mastermind Street Jam.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that because he's the first person to play my record. And I was like, whoa.
So how'd you even get in the studio at that time? Because it's not like now where you could a man has a thing in his house, everybody's recording. How did you get in the studio to make that record?
Okay, I was watching this white rapper named Peach the 5-Foot Trooper. Okay. He was the Canadian rapper that inspired me to rap. I wanted to make beats and be a hype man, but he's like, no, you need to rap. You're dope.
Right.
So I started rapping. He was recording at this guy Chester's studio, who is the owner of DJ Depot now.
Okay.
So Chester was the one that was recording Peach, and he was on Chester's label. So that's when they stopped doing that, we formed a group. Me, Peach, a guy named PhD, Mikey, and Twists. We formed a group called Northside Sound.
Right.
And because we couldn't afford, we found a studio, and we couldn't afford studio time. It was like $20. I don't remember what it was, but I remember we'd go over for 3 hours. 3 hours was $100.
Okay.
So like $35 an hour.
Yeah, and we put in $20 each. We didn't care who's had a song ready to go. Everyone comes on Friday with $20, and we're recording who has a song ready to record. Didn't matter whose song it was, if we made a song together or if someone had a solo song.
Yeah.
So we just would. That's how we got in the studio.
So you came up with a crew.
Yes, Northside Sound.
So how did the crew really formulate? Just through being at the studio, or did somebody introduce you to these people? How did you meet Peach, the 5 foot?
Okay, I did the talent show at my school.
Yeah.
And DJ Subliminal said, "I know a white rapper that's way better than you." I said, "Why? Why would you say that to me?" He's like, "He can rap about anything. I can anything." I was like, I gotta meet this guy. Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
I said, a white guy can rap better than me? I don't make no sense. At this time, there was nothing like that. There was just Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It was like, it's unheard of. He was the original Eminem to me.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was like, when I met him, it was weird because I heard about him. Then one day I'm riding my bike really, and I heard music blaring. And I go, that's hip hop, you know.
Yeah.
And as it gets closer, it's like, is someone freestyling? It's like, that's not a song I'm familiar with. What am I hearing? And I see this little white guy pull up in the Acura Integra, and he's just rhyming out the window.
Bars.
Just, and then he looked at me and said, then the black guy on the bike, and he's oversized. I was like,
so he's rapping about you while you...
I was like, is this the white guy people are talking about? I was like, hey.
Yeah,
He's like, yo, what's up? He's like, what's up? He's like, what are you? Yo, what's up? They call me Bubba Sean. He's like, I heard about you. Who are you? He's Peach. Peach of 5 2. I said, I heard about you. He's like, put your bike in my trunk. Let's roll.
That easy.
And
that was it.
Wow.
So then you guys formed as a group. You started going to the studio. Whoever had money,
Him and Twist were already rapping together.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, okay, cool, dope. I thought he was, at that point, I quit rapping.
Because you thought he was old.
I was like, oh yeah, what you are what they say you are. This is dope. So I'm like, I'll beatbox for you. Everywhere we go, Salt and Pepper concert, I'll beatbox for him. Everyone's like, this guy's rapping about anything.
Yeah.
To the point where he's like, I need you to rap with me. I was like, why? Let me just make beats for you. Be your hype man. He's like, no. It don't work like that. I want you to be on stage with me. I'm like, but you're a solo rapper, right? He's like, he came up with an album with Chester and with MC Step Up. That's the first song I heard on the Mastermind Street Jam too.
Yeah.
They played this record, and then he made me realize we can do this up here. This guy's doing it, so it's believable. He made me believe it.
Yeah.
So talk about that time in hip hop. How are you getting your records pressed? How are you getting
Music
your records
manufacturing
to
Canada?
Yeah,
Okay.
like how are you getting it to massive?
Well,
This is great.
No, we couldn't. I realized how much does it cost? None of us had money,
Right.
so I rolled my back to the bank, and I said, "I want to press a record." They laughed at me. They're like, "What?" I'm like, can I get a loan?" They're like, "No." They're like, "Are you in high school?" I'm like, "No, I just started college." Well, they're like, "Oh, you're in college? We can give you a credit card."
Yeah.
I was like, "For how much?" $5,000.
Off top, they didn't even know.
I said, hold on. I rode my bike to my friend's house who was a DJ. And we were DJing off whack DJ equipment. Like your parents' record player was like, you can't really DJ. So I said, the bank said if I were in college, they'd give me a credit card for $5,000. He's like, you're lying. So we both rode our bikes back to the bank. And me and him now sitting there together. And they're like, yeah, we both signed up the papers. In 2 weeks, we both got a $5,000 credit card. He bought 2 Techniques and records. I pressed our records.
That's it, man.
So like,
That's a
how
little
long
bit
did
of
it?
ambition, eh?
Yo,
That's
how long did it,
That's
man?
hard.
How long did it take to
That's it.
manufacture records at that
It took
time?
I have a whole this documentary, Rise of the T-Shirt King,
Yeah.
that explains a whole bunch of this stuff.
No, that's where I saw you first. And
I
I was when he said he knew, well, he got wind of you. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, we need him on the show because I seen his doc on that Toronto channel.
Okay.
But I just want to know because we're all hip hop dudes.
Yeah.
We did the culture, we did the art, but you predate us. So what was it like for you guys when you guys had to go out and press? I know what it was like to get the CDs popping.
Okay.
But what was it like when you had to go get the vinyl or the
The-
cassette?
the- it was I pressed 500 vinyl, 500 cassettes.
How much is that?
Vinyl is crazy.
It was 2,500. Same. I think it was. Yeah, it was 3,500 bucks. I had a $5,000 credit card, and I remember I had enough left on it to get rental cars for us to go to shows. I will never forget that because when I maxed it out, I was like, we did too many rental cars. The credit card was strictly used
Hip hop.
for hip hop, for
the-
North
That's
Side
so
South.
dope.
That is it. That's the
Right?
love right there.
It was like
That's the love right
I
there.
believed in my crew that much.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
end, I didn't realize they didn't really believe in themselves.
Yeah.
If I had done
That's
all
deep.
that work for myself by myself, I would be way further.
So
right now.
talk to me. Where were the spots that you were performing at? What was like within this area? Because we're
I
in the
remember
Mississauga,
performing at the Club
GTA.
Epiphany. I remember performing at the Docks.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a rave. Raves was where we first got our first paid gigs, in the raves.
Okay.
For real.
For real, in the middle of a field and like 4 o'clock in the morning at the docks. And I'm on house arrest
Yeah.
too. So I'm like, I gotta coordinate with my parents. And I'm like, yo, so the flyers are out and I'm like, something feels off. So my friends are like, I don't know if you should chance this, man. I'm like, we getting paid $500 to do a show. I gotta show.
Yeah.
I gotta show up. Cause like, I'm the loudest. I'm the most energy.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. I'm in my house, and 1 o'clock in the morning, the phone rings. The police, they're like, can we speak to Sean Bradshaw? They seen the flyer. They're like, hey, okay, yeah, he's there. Okay, all right. And then I said to my parents, okay, now drive me to the docks.
So your parents were driving you to the
go.
Yeah,
office?
because
Yo, shout out
they
mom and
drive me and
dad,
pick me
yo.
up because I'm allowed to be out of the house as long as you're with your parents.
Yeah.
So I said, just drop me at the function and then pick me up because I'm not getting caught. If I'm get caught on the road, I'm with them. The only way I'm getting arrested at that point is if the police come inside the docks and
Yeah.
cuff me in the docks,
Yeah.
right? But yeah,
So-
but when you were on house arrest back then, they call your house any hours of the night just to double check.
Because that's nonsensical. 1
1 a.m. in the morning, and I was
So-
like, I knew they would call. I knew it.
So, yo, tell me some of the artists you opened up for.
Rihanna?
Okay.
Okay, so that was more recent.
All right.
No, actually, that was at the beginning. That's Canada's Wonderland, Rihanna. That was 2006 type thing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So
So she
early
still had a
Rihanna,
couple
early
hits under her
Rihanna.
belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
time.
No, Canada's Wonderland was live. Who else I opened up for? Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
Sass Jordan. Ooh. Oh, Nelly. Sean Paul. Sean Kingston. The Baby.
Oh, you've been deep in the culture for quite some time.
The Locks.
Okay. So tell us, like, what's the wildest opening story that you have? Like, you're opening for somebody and
Sean Paul.
Okay.
go on with it.
Sean Paul had the crowd mad. Like,
Yeah.
this man had to come out of wherever he was and stand aside the stage. He's like, yo, brother, I had to see who the hell has these people yelling so loud and thing. He's like, take a picture with me. And I was like, my phone's in the car. I'm like, oh, that was and then what was worse was he had no merch. So we had a whole, we like, I might sell
Yeah.
merch. You know what I'm saying? Make merch. And we had so much merch, winter jackets, shoes, hats, car air fresheners. And now he sees that we wrecked the show and we have so much merch and there's no competition to our merch. So we're
Yeah.
like, zing, 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 zing. That was the wildest
That's fire.
opening for me because it was like, I don't, like, he's a dope artist, but I do not think that he had the crowd rocking that much. As
Nah.
Yeah.
that was,
You guys had it.
What
up.
year was this? What year was this? 'Cause Sean
Was this
Paul had
around
his
when he
run.
was-
2023.
Oh.
Last
okay.
year?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
The journey continues.
Say less.
2023.
So, yo, me knowing you personally and knowing your story, how did you link up with Thrust and that Northern Touch movement?
Thrust was getting. I met Thrust. He's getting produced by this guy Rudy, who's affiliated with the Grassroots.
Is that Too Rude? Or that's a different guy?
No, Rudy. No. Rudy. He goes by. What does he go by? I can't remember his producer name. That's his real name.
Okay.
But he has a production name, but I can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
I was partners with his cousin. That's how. So Thrust was working on an album with him,
Got it.
and I was in a group called Cryogenics with Rudy's cousin Joe.
Okay.
Cousin Joe. So that's how I met Thrust. He could come by my house where we all lived in. We had 2 studios in our house at like DuPont and Dufferin area, and Thrust would come by and record.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I originally met him. But then how we got close is my car broke down and he was like, they was selling the I Love BJ's t-shirts.
Yeah, we can get to that in a second.
Stick a pin there. So if you guys don't know, he's told us already he's a merch guy.
Yeah. So, okay, hey, dive right into it.
The Toronto Blue Jays had... There was a shirt.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matic.
Okay, so when it comes to the business of the shirts that you're so famed for, how did you get into it? Like, what was the I Love BJ's the first iteration of your retail experience, or?
Well, I was always trying to sell merch. So nothing was hitting as much. They used to call me Daddy Bootleg.
Okay, all right.
In grade school, my parents were parents that would keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
But we were poor.
Okay.
But we would never want to look poor.
Got it.
Yeah.
So my parents would come home from Byway with links.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. And then whenever my friends had old Nikes or anything, I said, can I have your old shoes?
Yeah.
I'd cut the symbols off and crazy glue it to my links. People would be like, yo, where did you get those Nikes? I never seen those. And I'd draw Nike symbols on my Bargain Herald jackets.
Yeah.
And people would think it's real stuff. So then they start calling me Daddy Bootleg. So I was used to merch from my grade school.
Yeah.
Now as we get older, I'm dreaming about the albums I'm gonna make. So I already started making merch for them. Even though I never finished those albums, I have merch for albums I've never finished.
So you always had that entrepreneurial
Yes,
mindset.
I always was like that. But it was like that I Love BJ shirt.
Yeah.
It was. I was the innovator of it.
Right.
Okay. Thrust, Georgie Porgy, Joe, and Richie, I think it was Royal Touch.
Okay.
They were selling the shirt on the street with the actual Blue Jay logo.
Yeah. Shout out Touch. Still.
They felt like they needed me out there.
Yeah.
Because I had the animated voice.
Yeah.
And before they came and recruited me, they were asking Thrust to come get me out there.
Yeah.
They split. There's 4 guys, and they split. Thrust went with Joe, and Georgie Porgy went with Royal Touch. So Thrust came and said, now there's not 4 guys. There's 2 guys on one side, 2 guys on the other side, and they're competing against each other. And I came in and there I was like, I know all 4 of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's going on out here?
Yeah.
They're both sides were trying to recruit me now. So I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They're like, no, sell shirts with us. No, sell shirts with us. I was like, let me analyze what's going on out here. So I started to tell them, once I got out there and I'm like, oh, hey, this is lucrative. We got to do this proper. Nobody started to listen to me because I was the last guy out there.
Of course.
Granted.
Then we started getting cease and desist letters, all that types of stuff because this Blue Jays logo is on the shirt. So I'm explaining to them, we have something here, but we have to tweak it.
Yeah.
Thrust is the only person who was like, we got to listen to him. So now I'm with Thrust. I'm like, Thrust, what's going on? He's like, we got a lot of cease and desist letters no one's talking about. I'm like, so why is no one talking about that?
Yeah.
We're going to get in trouble. Something's going to happen. He's like, yeah, I hear what you've been saying. I said, we should trademark this. We should do something.
Yeah.
And Thrust's like, yeah. So me and Thrust now pleaded with everyone, like, we should trademark this. This is our stuff. No one was listening to us.
Right.
So when the police now, I said, I was like, wait, we need to change this logo. Something's up. So I asked him, can we make shirts with a different logo? He's like, no. I asked Royal Touch. They're like, no, what's wrong with you? So I did it myself.
Yeah.
Me and Thrust found a chicken like looked similar to a blue jay, put a heart behind it, and we started selling that. These guys laughed at us. They're laughing and laughing and laughing. And then I said, wait, we're only selling one shirt out here. Some people want 2 shirts. So I came up with this idea. I said, 1 BJ is always better than 9 Yanks. Right? The truth be told, I seen a fan holding an ugly sign that said it. And I was like, that's funny.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, my wife said it. And I was like, that needs to be a shirt. Yeah. So I put it on a shirt and they were laughing at me even more.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no, that's genius.
I'm like, well, what's the problem? In the end,
capitalizing on someone else's
in
idea.
the end, MLB comes out, arresting everyone, suing everyone with copyright infringement.
So you got arrested with this case? Like you got...
Yeah, hell yeah. I got arrested, fingerprinted.
Like right outside? Like
yeah. There's thousands of people saying, we want shirts. We want shirts. They arrested me. They taped up evidence A and evidence B.
This is mad.
I swear, I got all the paperwork, man. It's crazy. But the Blue Jays were caught with their pants down. The Blue Jays stole our idea. They were selling it in their store. Then MLB says, you can't sell that shirt. They took it out of their store. Then they came after, then the MLB was like, we told you guys stop selling the shirt. They're like, we didn't. We're not selling the shirts. These kids outside. They created such a demand for these shirts that we couldn't keep up. I needed to find someone that could make 100 shirts an hour or some shit like that. It was like, I can't keep up. Royal Touch and all these guys, they were like still looking at it like this is making 30 shirts for the day. I'm like, I can't go outside with nothing less than 150 shirts minimum.
Because they're gone in and out.
What's going on with you guys? Weren't paying attention to what was going on.
The demand.
Then when the MLB starts coming to charge everyone ran away. Everyone took their charges and ran. I don't know what happened after that. There was such a split.
Yeah.
But my wife was in law school at the time. She's like, there's nothing here. What are they? You didn't do anything illegal. We have vendors permits. It's another thing. Thrust, me, and 2 other people got vendors permits. Smart. Everyone else was not.
Very smart.
Oh, so they were doing it like a hustle. And you were more business minded.
I was trying to explain to them, I'm like, if we can make $600 in one day off of these shirts each, not just each at this time, because we didn't make, it ended up being $2,000 a day or more or whatever, but it's like, why are these guys not caring?
And this is game day outside of the Sky Dome, Rogers Center, like.
This is hand to hand.
Yeah, and your shirts. They made it to Yankee Stadium, right?
Yes, that's what
really
that's what blew you guys off.
Yes. Half of Yankee Stadium was wearing 1 BJ better than 9 Yanks. It was the day before the playoffs started. We had David Price. People were calling me like, turn on the TV. Look at what's going on the TV.
Yeah.
Everyone was already arrested except me. Okay, so I was dodging and weaving the police out there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stand in one spot for 10 minutes, go in another spot. By the time they caught me, it's like 11 police officers just rushed me. But everybody else got arrested week prior, days prior, and I just got arrested. Don't come to this spot. Just got to okay. I was going around the city with my stuff.
But the shirts were too hot for you to stop.
Yeah. No, man. Like, shoot.
Crack game, bro.
It's like, yeah, bro. I know some people that do illegal stuff, and they were like, hey, the numbers are matching.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work. Because I mean, if you could go outside for an hour and sell 150 shirts, I don't know your math, how much it costs you, but if you're selling them $20, $30 a pop, that's good bread.
No, dog, I was downtown like all the time then. You guys were cooking.
I seen you downtown.
Cooking, bro. Cooking. Yeah, right.
I seen him downtown.
Still
I know
grinding.
he's still doing it to this day, cooking with that.
So I guess speak a little bit more in regards to how you got out of the lawsuit. Because I think that's a huge part of the story.
Well, they tried to focus. They tried to focus on copyright infringement.
Yeah.
And they trademarked the font.
Like you beat MLB.
In Canada, unfortunately, what MLB did not know, in Canada you cannot trademark a font. Okay, but they might have other teams' fonts trademarked. Right. But the double stripe font, what they said is trademarked. CNN uses a double stripe font. So do teams, and so does Pearson Airport. This is what I said to them. I said, "This is what you got. How is it possible that CNN could use a double stripe font, and so can Pearson Airport?"
So you had legal advice in your home,
Yeah,
though.
this is
like right in your home.
Yeah,
She's probably
yeah.
giving you the gate.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you
this
have to
story
go
is
to
crazy.
trial for this?
This is in trial.
Yeah.
So you're sitting up, and they're building a case against you.
That would be lawyers are right.
And your
Eventually,
lady-
they're like, you know what? Let's drop these charges, and then they're like, just don't put a bird on the shirt. Continue selling shirts, just don't put a bird on it. I was like, bet. But in the end, after that 1 year of no bird on the shirt, I was like, wait, COVID hit. Then when we came back from COVID, I put a mask on the bird.
Yeah.
And then the lawyer came out and is like, smart, Mr. Bradshaw. I was like,
Now they're giving you props.
yeah.
Listen, they gotta
You can't
respect.
let them join
You
it.
gotta respect the game, right? Gotta respect
Gotta
the game.
respect the hustle.
So then I put glasses on, and I was like, it's not even the bird. It's just like you guys, it's a likeness that is like, but it's a chicken. And it's like
So how much could it be like the bird? Is there like a percentage?
25%.
So up to
As long as you
25%.
trade somebody's trademark, 25%, there's no case in
You're
its
getting some
copyright.
game right now on Blueprint Radio. You guys know that for
this
you
is
up and coming
incredible.
entrepreneurs.
So all right, you beat the case. You go on. You're still selling shirts. You move over to the Raptors.
Yeah. Talk about this. So the
lot
story
of birds.
continues. It gets wilder.
They're entwined around
One
same
and the same,
time,
right?
Same
Yeah.
time because
Same run, right?
I didn't
Yeah.
know I could sell. See, I'm selling I Love BJ shirts, right? And the most you've made is 6 bills in a day, and that's cool. That's great. You know, you make 6 bills in 2 days. Who cares? And 2 hours. You're happy. You're laughing.
Bro.
I didn't know that shirts could make as much money as they make, though.
Right.
$600 is cool. But when we made the Fuck Brooklyn shirt,
Okay, so talk about that. What inspired that shirt? We know,
Okay.
but tell the public.
I'm selling this shirt that says "Wrap It Up." Okay, Richie made me some shirts. I said, when Richie's gonna print these shirts for me, it says "Wrap It Up." It's the CN Tower Raptor claw. I had a microphone wrapping around, and I was like, "Let's wrap it up." We're playing Brooklyn. First time we made the playoffs in a long time. So let's go, Larry,
And the
DeRozan.
city's
Let's
buzzing.
go.
Yeah. Energy
Yo,
on 10.
I'm selling these shirts. People, I sell 2 shirts for $20. I was like, oh, it's 1 shirt for $10. Here I go away with $50. I'm like, wow, $50 for the day? That sucks. Because I'm used to the blue. I love BJs.
Yeah.
I like the shirt. Then they've seen this guy. He's like, yo, I can make shirts for you for way better quality, way better, just whatever you want. I was like, give me your number.
Yeah.
I'll holler at you. But I was like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Because it's
I
a
got-
random. Was it a random stranger that walked up to you?
Yeah, I'm like, I got guys that make shirts for me already. Get out of here.
brushed
He said,
him
I'll
off.
beat that price. I'm like, I don't care. So
Throw the CD in the trash.
Masai goes on stage and he's like, fuck Brooklyn. Everyone's like, yeah.
Look at that, man.
So now I'm like,
Capitalizing on the moment.
the next day,
Look at
the next
that.
game, 2 days later, next game, I coming out with my Wrap It Up shirts. I seen this kid, and he had a white T-shirt on that said "Fuck Brooklyn." He wrote it in black Sharpie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and he had 2 more in his hands, white shirts, black Sharpie written "Fuck Brooklyn." I'm trying to sell my shirts. Get your Wrap It Up shirts. Wrap It Up shirts. I'm seeing the news, CTV interviewing this kid. With shirts. Hey, a nice shirt. He's like, yeah, Masai said it. Yeah, we're all for it. Fuck Brooklyn. People are coming up to him. Yo, you selling those white shirts? Let me buy one. I'll give you $40. He's like, no, it's for my friends. We're going to the game. I'm saying, I go, yo, I got a shirt. He's like, what your shirt say? Wrap it up. No. I want that Fuck Brooklyn. I'll give you $60 for the shirt. No, it's for me and my friends. I'm standing there and I'm watching it and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting frustrated. I'm rocking back and forth. It's offering this kid $60 for a shirt. I said, I'll sell you my shirt for $10. They're like, nah, man, we want
this
this.
is just a
we want
Sharpie.
this Fuck Brooklyn. I'm like, hello? Hey, you're the guy I met on the street the other day? All right, let's make a shirt. Fuck Brooklyn. He's like, what's the design? I was like, Don't worry, we'll come up with it.
Yeah.
I'll call you later when I get home. So that's how that shirt was made.
So you made your own design?
Yeah.
So you're good at like making designs. So
Yeah, I'm in my
figured
mind.
out-
Yeah. I need a
So-
graphic design to bring my thoughts to life.
Okay, so you're like Diddy. Well, let's not say that.
Whoa.
I mean, nah, don't do that. I mean, no, you know how Sean Combs executive produced projects?
Yeah.
And he'd be
Can
over
we
his
just
shoulder.
use somebody else as an example, please? No
So like
DDD.
Dr. Dre now. They say he doesn't touch the boards anymore. He just gives people the ideas. He said, level up that, do this, move
Right.
that there.
Yeah.
So you knew what you wanted in your head. What was the design of the Fuck Brooklyn shirt?
It was the F, Raptor Claw,
Yeah.
CK, Brooklyn.
And
then it said on the bottom, We the North.
yo, genius.
Genius.
Hard.
Hard. So, you go back.
Okay, we go. I will make it. Blue Jays are playing on Friday. The next home game for the Raptors is Wednesday.
Okay, so there's time in between. How
Yes.
quickly did this new guy make the shirts for you, though?
The next day.
Okay. So
And what was the order?
100 shirts
In a day.
in a day.
And
he's true to
that's
his word.
when I was like, okay, you. I'm going to you. I'm going to you.
You got it.
I said,
Hey.
when next year when
Hey,
Blue
be
Jay
ready
season
for-
starts
hey.
again, because it's the end of Blue Jay season.
Of
Yeah.
course, because it's playoffs.
No, it's the beginning of Blue
It's
Jay
the
season.
beginning.
Yeah.
I said next year when Blue Jay season starts again, I'm going to have you do those shirts because it'll be more order. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. Okay.
Right.
I was like, this is 100 shirts is good. We're testing them out. It is cheaper than everyone else. He did hook me up. 100 shirts. He came and delivered it while I'm selling shirts at the Blue Jay game.
Like he came and put it by your
He
foot.
Put the 2 boxes at my feet on a mountainside of the stadium. I said,
That's it, yo.
Bravo.
I like this
That
guy.
is it.
I opened the box just to look at it. People walking by, I was like, yo, what's that? I'm like, oh, no. This shirts I just got. I want one of those.
How much I got here?
I was like, $20. Okay. Oh, I want one too.
But you're at the Blue Jays.
I'm at the Blue Jay game.
Yeah.
And before the game started, remember, I split it with my brethren. 50 for me, 50 for him.
Yeah.
Before the game started, he's like, yo, okay, where we meeting up? We're gonna say, I was like, can I get some of your shirts? He's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we got 50 each. I go, I don't have any shirts left. He goes, how? I go, all of my shirts are gone before the Blue Jay game started. All I had was his 50.
Yeah.
So I gave him his shirts. By the end of that game, all of his was gone. So we gone. We're out of the shirts, or out of the fuck Brooklyn shirts to the first Blue Jay game.
For the Raptors
the
game
Blue
hasn't
Jays.
even
No.
come yet.
No, this is the Friday before the
That's what I'm
Wednesday.
saying.
So
you're
now
telling Raptors-
so I said, yo, can we get another 100 shirts? Halfway through the Blue Jay game on Saturday,
Yeah.
he delivers us another 100. By the end of the Blue Jay game, they're all gone again.
So Sunday you need
So
to re-up.
Sunday I need 200. End of Sunday's Blue Jay game, all 200 are gone. So we're like, what the hell's going on? By the time we park our cars, now people are rushing our cars. We want that for Brooklyn. We want that for Brooklyn.
They knew who you were off top?
Oh, yeah. That was like, this was the first shirt I experienced going viral.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's exactly what it is.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, it didn't matter how many shirts. I was like, maybe we should have pressed 1,000 a day because it didn't matter how many we pressed.
They were all gone.
They're all
gonna
gone.
go regardless.
So on the last day, game 7, we're like 100 shirts each. He's like, you think we're gonna sell 100 shirts each on game 7? What if they don't win?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, let's pull the trigger. My guy said, you guys ordered 100, but I made 500. He came down with
got
hoodies, everything. Me and my homies, I was like, when I made, when you're like, I'm trying to watch the game. So I made a certain amount where I was like, I'm okay with this for the day. I'll just watch. I was like, I could re-up right now with him because I'm sold out. I'll get some hoodies all the way through the game. I'm like, give me a hoodie. $80, boom, sell a hoodie. Just how it was the rest of the game, it was just like chilling.
Yeah.
Because I was already made a couple thousand over my quota. And I'm like, yo.
That's genius. That's genius. And it doesn't stop there, right? Because after that series,
We made Freeze the North.
and then what's the one that pops to me is
Fuck LeBron.
That will obviously
talk about that
you
one.
It will stay
'Cause
there.
LeBron hurt
We'll stay there.
LeBron lover right here. You know LeBron hurt our hearts. All those series.
The fuck LeBron
It's your fault. You're saying it's your fault.
You made it LeBronto.
Yeah,
This LeBronto is your fault.
That
you're
was the
saying.
wine
All right.
series. He was mad. He seen it because we had it on billboards. That was
Yeah.
the first shirt we had on billboards. Media companies were like, we want that shirt.
Yeah. Just
And we cook
capitalizing.
curry in the 6.
Quickly capitalizing.
That
That's
we
the
cook
one.
curry in the 6.
That's the one.
Restaurants were putting it on their menu, curry menu.
course.
It was
And this
like,
is NBA Finals.
and now-
NBA Finals.
This is Toronto where it's multicultural, but
You
the
know-
Caribbean influence is so heavy.
Oh, bro.
Talk about this. Just talk about this.
Caribbean or Indian. Like, you can, like,
That's
you know what I
a
mean?
fact.
Like,
That was a shirt.
it
First,
just
well,
looked perfect.
that
It's
shirt was
perfect,
getting
bro.
bootlegged so much. And that
Imagine
shirt, I
you
was
got a
really, I was
bootleg
really-
king out of shirt getting bootleg.
That's some irony for real. That's some irony.
Did you ever
Yo.
catch a bootlegger of your shirt?
Yes.
Of course.
The way you guys were
I
cooking? I was
Oh,
sending
yeah.
people to people's store like, yo, get this shirt. Like the people, where'd you get that shirt? I got it in the store in Brampton. Like, let's get these shirts out of this.
That's at the Rockefeller chain.
Because I trademarked I trademarked We Cook Curry in the
Yeah.
6 because I'm like, this is getting out of hand. I'm like, I made 1,000 shirts on Monday and Friday. I'm out of shirts. We're trademarking this shirt. This shirt's going
This
crazy.
is so
that
hip
was
hop.
it.
Like this is like you going to 125th Street in Harlem and taking CDs off the ground from the bootleggers.
Yes.
You basically ran up in stores and said, "Yo, how'd you get that?
Yo, take my shit
That's
down."
mine,
Take
and
my
this
shit
is
down.
my trademark."
Yo.
So talk about the F LeBron and then talk about the Cook Curry in the 6. How did the F LeBron come up? It was just off.
from Brooklyn. It
was
We're
just-
like, hey, why are we going to reinvent the wheel? Let's just make the exactly fuck Brooklyn shirt and put fuck LeBron.
Yeah.
What team was he on? Miami or
If it
was
ain't
he
broke,
on
right?
Cleveland. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was murdering us that time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
he came down the court,
All the
took
time.
a sip of wine from somebody on the
Yeah,
sideline.
yeah,
and
he
continued
playing
to
around,
score.
yo.
Yo,
playing
he
around,
hit
bro.
that runner to end the series.
And the series.
Oh,
he called
God.
series on the runner.
Oh
doggy.
God! But of
Yo,
course,
you know what? That series where DeRozan, after we got traded, we should have beat them that day. That we had it. I don't
When
know
we won
what
the conference
happened.
finals, that series, we should have won.
yeah,
and
we
it's-
should have.
It was DeRozan running to the corner, getting trapped. But I do want you to talk about. So you beat the MLB. Now the NBA comes crawling.
NBA,
Not crawling.
They
Or
charged
calling,
me.
yeah,
They definitely
calling,
charged.
calling.
They came at me heavy. They charged me. The lawyers came, but I got lucky in court that time because they spelled something wrong. But
It's
they
just
had
that
me.
little bit.
They had me so dead to rights.
So
man.
hold
I
on. Did
was
they come?
dead.
Did they come for you at the stadium again? Or
Oh
did they
no!
come
I
to
was
your
selling
crib?
in the playoffs. It was freeze the heat, we the North. I was NBA logos, everything. They had me. I was done. I was like, I'm done.
You thought you were cooked.
I was cooked. And when I'm in court, they're like, okay, well, Mr. Bradshaw, we're charging you with selling illegal shirts with official NFA logos. I was like, excuse me? Can you repeat that, please? Official NFA logos. I was like, I don't know what the NFA is, Your Honor.
Was that a typo or did he read
It's
it
a
wrong?
typo, man.
Yo.
So after you said that,
I said,
This is in court?
Yes, in court. I said, this. I said, can I state something? I said, if the NFA doesn't even exist, what am I doing here?
Wow.
you dropped the mic though. That was a drop the mic. We'll get to that in a second. Don't worry. We get to that in a second.
I just heard Law and Order music.
You dropped the mic on them, man. Don't worry about
got
that.
that.
We get that. We'll get that after. So hold on. So they said the NFA.
Yes.
You have your moment where you have the spotlight is shining on you, and you say NFA doesn't exist. What am I
Yes.
being charged?
Then,
Why
then,
am I
then,
even here?
Then the judge was confused, and he's like, "Do you want to have a moment outside with Mr. Bradshaw?" To the officer. The officer came in the hallway, and he's just pissed. He's like, "Yo, what the?" La, 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 la. I'm like, I don't know what the NFA is. You know what you had those illegal shirts, and I was like, I remember when I was getting arrested, I pulled a acting move.
Yeah.
Like, oh please, sir, don't take the shirts. Trevor and Doggy will kill me. I work for some. I was like, you can charge me, but if I don't give these guys back their shirts, they're probably gonna kill me. Can I just give them back the shirts? I'll take the charge. I didn't want him to have the evidence because I was like, I need something here. I'm
So
done.
they let you keep it?
Yes. They
Why
didn't
you?
take no shirts.
Oh my God.
So when
Divine intervention, my friend.
when we're in court now, I was like, where are the what? I don't know what the NFA is, sir. You have like what? He goes, you had the illegal shirts. I go, oh, and you didn't let me take any. Oh, I was like, can I just offer something to you, sir? I will never go outside the Raptors Stadium with illegal T-shirts again. Just let me go.
And what happened?
He's like, you know you're doing something illegal. I said, listen, sir, I'm not lying. I pulled out my engagement ring because I was going to Paris at the end of that day.
You wanted your Scout's honor at this point? Like, what were you talking about?
I was like, I said, no, I swear this is the truth. This is a true story. I pulled my engagement ring out. I said, I have a ticket to go to Paris. I'm going to propose to my girlfriend, the Eiffel Tower. I'm going to lead a new life, sir. I don't want... He's like, this is the kind of money you guys are making out there. I was like, oh.
It's getting worse.
It's getting worse. I'm like, sir, no, honest, I won't go back out there again. I go, but I didn't put down the NFA. I didn't do that. I didn't do that in the court. So we go back into court. He's like, yeah, we're dropping the charges. I'm like, woohoo!
Wow.
And I got on the plane. I cut straight to Pearson, boy.
So
What a story,
tell us
yo.
something.
What
Tell
a
us something. Did you ever try with any other teams? Did you try with the Maple Leafs? Did you try with DFC?
You know, the Leafs were first.
Oh, really?
Really? It must have been about Bud.
Yo, it was no first.
Buds? This
gotta
Buds
be a
for
Bud.
you?
No, the Leafs. I put, and I tried to play off of the Saturday Night Live.
Oh, like the Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
like, the Leafs.
Yeah.
So I made a few skits. The Leafs.
Yeah.
The Leafs. I made light up shirts, scarves, hats. Whew.
Wow.
I went in. China.
Yeah.
I went in. It wasn't because I was researching these guys, and they're like, oh, the number one sports selling team in history is the New York Yankees, Manchester United, and the Toronto Maple Leafs. They all fluctuate who number one is.
merch, eh?
For merch.
Wow.
And I was at this time, that's what was going. There's Yankees, Manchester, Man U, and
The Leafs.
the Leafs.
Wow.
Yeah.
It kept fluctuating. So I was like, I could piggyback that. That's easy. So I made the Leafs, and then I said I made a Rob Ford shirt with the Leaf logo, and made a Rob Ford song because he was in the media all kinds.
How did it do though?
Like I made,
that.
what's his name? Jay-Z made a song called Tom Ford at the time.
Yeah.
And I just changed it Rob Ford. So.
And listen, what I'm hearing is just you capitalizing on the moment, like you pulling the trigger quick on ideas that you have.
Yes,
and it
is.
seems like everything that you're doing is just coming to light and it's working for you. Like kudos, bro. Like that is like,
Yeah,
and I think that's big
That's
for a
dope.
lot of people to see and hear that. Like I think a lot of the times we get in our own heads, you know, in regards to what we can do and we limit ourselves. But you're proven to show that, you know, if you just have the idea and you just put some effort behind it, you know what I mean? You can kind of just get what you need to get in life, and you don't even know what's gonna happen. You for how many shirts to now 1,000 shirts?
When I started the Blue Jays, it was just the last month of the season. So after that, I got the bug.
Yeah.
That's when I went in hard with the Leafs. And the off season was Leaf season.
Yeah.
I went in. I was like, let's manufacture this joints from China. Let's go in. Make songs, make commercials.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, let's.
One-stop shop, eh?
How did it go though?
Woo. That was scarier than all the other ones.
For real?
The Leafs don't
Because
play with that.
I went and got a vendor's permit for this specifically, and I thought it was big and bad and bossy.
Yeah.
I went in front of the stadium. I was like a store. I was like, oh, I got everything. Had 2 scarves. The Leafs. Played my song out of the car. 11 officers in uniform. Mr. Bradshaw. I was like,
How you guys know my name?
exactly.
Oh, okay. All right.
How you guys know my name?
Yeah.
And there's 2 guys standing behind them. 2 white guys in shark skin suits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna repeat that. Shark skin suits. You know, these guys, they're like, hey, the officer's like, we take this work for overtime. We get to watch the game and collect money. You think we want to come to work and have meetings about Sean Bradshaw? No, he's like,
You are.
he's like, these guys will end your life. They're greedy. They're like, we're gonna write you the biggest fine right now. I got a vendor's permit.
So
They're like, yeah, let us see that. Is that a vendor's permit? They're like, let's see the shirt. They're like, doesn't say the Toronto Maple Leafs, it says Da Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you know what? We're gonna let you in a secret. Nobody can use a blue maple leaf. They have that trademarked. A blue maple leaf, Toronto Maple Leafs have trademarked. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And the word Leafs is not a real word. It's leaves with a VES.
Right. So
that's their word too. So they're like, get out of here.
Business.
They're like, we want to pretend because you have a vendor's permit. We're gonna pretend to write you a ticket so these guys don't get mad at us. That they hate you. So don't be seen. Just get out of here. Just don't even be seen because they know they gave us your address. They gave us your address.
Address?
Yes, they know who you are.
They probably pull up your license.
Oh yeah.
Oh
No. You're like.
I was like,
guess
I'm
at this
good.
point.
At that point, I was like, all right. I went to the flea market, took all my Leaf stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, good. I'm not playing with those guys.
Yeah.
The owners came out for it. They're like, watching the police like this, making sure the police do their job. They're like, those
Maple
are
Leaf
owners.
Sports and Entertainment. Listen, hey, call up the one tree too many, maybe.
That was the first tree, though. That was first. That was before the other things.
Okay.
So after that, everything was a cakewalk.
Rogers is cool then. You're going. Rogers.
And then TFC. What was TFC like?
THC. I made sure it said THC, but their stadium is on private property. CNE grounds. It's not. My vendor's permit only permits me to sell on Toronto.
Oh,
Okay, got it. Wow. Okay. Any? I guess just to put a bow on this portion of it. Any advice for any entrepreneurs out there? I think you've dropped so many jewels, in regards to.
Nothing tried, nothing done. Don't be scared.
Yeah, there we go. That's it. Short and sweet.
I
So
rate that.
again, your story is it's crazy. So you've done music was your passion. You got into shirts and you were super successful into selling and creating and building a brand for yourself. Now you're still doing music quite at a high clip. We met before. You brought us in the back of the truck and you played us some hot joints.
Yeah,
right, like
yeah.
fire tracks. Now
Different type of music,
Now I
too.
gotta say this, right? We've been hip hop fans from day one. Obviously you are hip hop. You're one of the few Canadian artists that I have ever heard of to have a Snoop Dogg verse.
Okay.
All right. So
How did you even? How?
I gotta say this.
How,
a
son?
Snoop Dogg verse.
Like a full.
All right.
Like a full 16.
All right, go.
Talk about it.
Yo.
How?
COVID-19.
Yo. A Snoop Dogg verse.
COVID-19
And a video.
was the best thing that happened for me, kind of, because I can't stand still. I'm always want to move. I always want to move. So when COVID hit and we're stuck,
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out ways to move. And then I figured out, it was Jadakiss started it all. When
Another legend.
Yeah.
when he started liking some stuff on my page, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, who's calling themselves Jadakiss? It has the blue stick beside it. I was like, so I DM. I'm like, hey, is this really you?
Yeah.
You actually.
He's like, yeah. Who else you think it is?
And he responded?
Yeah.
Yo, good shout out to Kiss.
Are you there?
He's
Shout out
like,
to
I'm
Kid.
like, yo, so what can I get a verse? He's like, can you afford a verse?
Jeez.
I'm like, I don't know. Like what? He's like, okay, let's start with this. Let me I like this song here. Let me give you an intro for this song that I liked.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Hard body.
Well, how
body.
much? He's like, just give me a G. I was like, safe. I did it. He didn't want the money. He said it's fresh.
Yo, that's
and
hard,
he hosted
bro.
the whole album.
He ended up
And-
hosting your whole tape.
Yo, can you say that again? Say that again. Just say that again in the mic so everyone can
Yeah,
hear.
yeah, yeah.
You
Reel that
have
back, reel
you
it
have a
back.
narrated mixtape by Jadakiss.
Yes. And he thought it was so fresh. He's like, yo, this is good for hip hop. Here's Fat Joe. He'll do the same thing for you.
So you got some Fat Joe links, you're saying?
Yeah, then Fat Joe did an intro for me. For the money that Jadakiss was. He said, just give that to him.
That in itself,
This is
bro.
COVID when nobody could really be out.
No.
No one's
So-
moving.
And no, so
They
then
need to make show money.
So now, so now my boy's like, yo, I think I found the game. The game? He's like, yeah, he's giving verses for $500. I'm like, what's going on right now? It's COVID. He's like, and video. I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, lock it in. So we got the verse from the game. He's swearing all kinds. I'm like, we should just message everyone on Instagram, guy. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So Donex gave us a verse and a video for $8 bills. It was going crazy.
These are all legends you're talking about, though.
Yo, yeah.
Listen, the names, dog.
Bizarre. I'm like, everyone, whoever would responded.
Yeah.
Just so happens that Snoop was one of the people, you know what I mean?
I mean,
During
lemonade in
Because
COVID.
Snoop,
But we sat on the Snoop because it's me and my wife, and then she passed away. So I was like, we can't do it. We need to make a video, but we can't. So we're like, let's just sit on this for a bit. Sit on it. Then all of a sudden, he bought Death Row. We're like, whoa, let's drop it now. Then he did the Super Bowl. We're like, whoa, let's drop it now. We're like, wait. We're not ready. We don't have it. We don't know what we need to game plan it more. We're like, okay, chill. We had no clue he was gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Snoop, he's still getting
honestly,
bigger.
at the time during COVID. He was nowhere close to this big. It's funny that it's Snoop though.
Yeah, he's always been this big, but
no.
Yeah.
During COVID, he wasn't like. It's like he added on to his legacy.
Yeah,
almost doubled it since COVID,
bro. It's crazy.
Like he's doubled the star. The Olympics. Think about it. Since COVID, the Olympics, Death Row, Super Bowl. All of the stuff Marshall Stewart shows, like all the stuff he's done since COVID, he's doubled his legacy.
Going all the way up.
Completely doubled his legacy.
Yeah, we had a conversation about him. And,
we said he had the
Jay-Z.
biggest cultural impact of all rappers.
Of all time, yeah. You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Snoop is him. Snoop is him.
We said him versus Jay. We said that Jay obviously is the better rapper, but cultural impact alone, like Snoop's a certified gang member, dog.
Yeah, and you know the joke was it was like all through internet, obviously, but my producer was the one that was doing most of the talking and stuff.
Yeah.
But when he's in town and to get to meet him and talk about it and all this stuff, it was like, this guy's charging people $650 to take a picture. Yo, bro, just to feel like I'm talking to this guy, I'm taking pictures of this guy, and I'm like, and people are paying him $650 to do this same thing.
The same thing that you're just chilling and vibing, bro. An
What
energy
was Snoop
thing,
like?
you know?
Like, is his energy the same like you would see on TV?
Is
he the same cool guy, or is he more relaxed, more reserved?
I don't know if you can get
more
cooler than
relaxed
Snoop.
and reserved.
Yeah.
For real?
Snoop is
He's just.
He smokes as much as people say.
But even that, he wasn't. Well, no.
Yeah, like
that,
he
but
DJ'd
he's able to-
you know where Sugar Daddy's is?
Yeah.
He DJ'd in Sugar Daddy's, okay? They had him come DJ the party. And he pulled out a blunt and he's like, the security, he's like, yo, he's like, you guys want me to leave? And he just kept smoking. I got that on video too.
That's when you know your leverage. You know your leverage at that point.
He's like, yo, guys, everyone asked the security if they want me to leave.
Oh, so you let the crowd know. You gotta love MCs, right? You gotta love MCs.
Talk to me. So what's next for Mega Sean? What do you have in the works music-wise?
Really, I'm going to try to keep blowing that Snoop song out of the water, remix it a couple times. I have this song called M for the Movement.
Yeah.
The group's called M for the Movement, but the song's called M for the Movement, and it's a military-ish song, and we're going to make a dope video and bring back dope videos, because videos suck nowadays.
Yeah.
Everything sucks nowadays. I just want to make quality stuff and set an example.
A lot of disposable stuff. So can we get it first? Can we promote the
Yeah,
the
sure.
track? All right.
And we also have a song called Enlightenment that we really would love to be one of the songs on the World Cup, because it's kind of fits the bill.
I think you played that one for us.
Yes.
That one was amazing, bro.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
that.
like,
I
was on that waving flag
waving
spirit.
flag,
Like,
yeah,
bro.
I
It was an
performed that in a
international
stadium, and the whole stadium had lighters up, and it was just an amazing feeling just to see thousands of people with their phones and lighters.
And it's the first time they heard the song.
Yes, and it's the first time they heard the song. I know I got
So
something
you imagine
here.
the impact of the song then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yo,
bro,
we're fans of yours, man. You have a dope hip hop story.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate having you on the show, my G.
Appreciate
We're
you,
gonna
brother.
do a lot more stuff.
Yes.
Send us your videos, send us your content. Let people know how they can reach you.
Yo, you can go on Instagram and then go on m4tm.ca.
Yeah.
Also a website, www.m4tm.ca. You can hit us up on TikTok, m4tm.ca.
Yeah.
And Mega Sean Music on Instagram also.
All right.
And Mega Sean on Facebook.
Sean, Mega Sean, it's been a pleasure. Please come do this again with us.
Oh, I'll come anytime you guys
And next
want, man.
time you're gonna come do sports and entertain with
You do the
us.
show
Yes,
with us.
I'll come in
'Cause
I Love BJ's
I like-
gear.
All right.
You need some
Yeah,
too.
for
Yeah,
sure.
actually, I got some in the car if you guys need
want-
to tell outside you.
Yo, and
Of course,
I
of course. Yo, we'll
we
rep
want
that,
you to
bro.
talk about Scottie Pippen next time.
Yeah,
came
we
up
know. We're
here,
gonna have
'cause,
you on the show, 'cause-
he was
Yo.
talking about LeBron earlier, and we heard you from the sideline talking.
Let's talk about that
the
quickly.
Most,
Let's
the
talk
most
about that quickly.
underrated basketball player of all time is Scottie Pippen. The most underrated MC of all time is Rebel INS.
So listen, I'm a big Rebel INS fan.
Okay, that's the best leadoff man in rap.
I'm huge.
He leads
Rebel
off
INS
every
fan.
Wu-Tang song. He's the best leadoff man. His
Underrated.
verse on
He
Triumph
inspired me to rap.
is
He was one of them.
incredible.
He's
Yeah.
underrated. Underrated.
Okay,
It's one of
I
the
can rate
saddest
your
things in hip hop
top-
to
your
not get an
takes.
album from him when Wu was in their prime. That's one of the saddest things to ever happen in hip hop. That we didn't get a Rebel INS album or Respect the Deck
it's
album
the
for those
label's
that.
fault. That's the label's fault. They felt like the demand wasn't high enough for him.
Yeah. Well, also they were talking about the flood too. You know, I guess. In
Well,
regards
here's
to
the
a lot
whole
of
thing.
the beats.
Capadonna went before INS.
I know that's crazy.
He went before a lot of guys.
That's
though.
crazy.
But-
You God, Mass Killer, INS.
But the demand was there for him because of what Ghost and Ray did with him.
Yeah, for ice cream.
Exactly.
The ice cream verse.
And the
And-
Pillage.
and Winter
the
Swords.
Pillage was
Yeah.
Winter War.
Winter
Yeah.
Wars,
Yeah, Winter
Listen, the Pillage is an album, though.
Yes.
The Pillage
it
is an
is.
album.
Run.
dog.
Yeah.
Uncontrolled Substance is also a wicked album. I
Yeah.
Inspected Deck, Rec Room, Word on the Street.
It dropped 4 years too late.
It was when
know-
it dropped about 98, 99.
I think it was
It
like
was
I
later
think
on.
it was in like 01. I think it was after.
it
it was
wasn't
after
that-
Forever.
I feel like I was but
Yeah, it
Forever
was-
was like 97, so it dropped a little bit.
Okay,
after that.
okay. I thought it was because You God dropped it like in that time. When
He
people
dropped
like,
around 2000. He had Bizarre,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
records
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So
But
Okay.
yeah, he was definitely the most underrated.
we're gonna have
for
you
me.
back. We want to hear.
Yeah, we're gonna
more
revisit
hip-hop
that Scotty
topics
thing
from you,
because
man.
yeah, but always a pleasure, my brother.
Honestly,
As
Matic,
long as he doesn't bring up LeBron in the Scotty.
There we go.
love
Listen,
that.
you can't like basketball and hate LeBron. It's an oxymoron.
We don't. When
All
you're
right,
from
like-
Toronto, it's fuck LeBron.
All right, I feel
It's
you.
just how it is.
I feel you. We'll stand on 10 with that.
we'll stand on that. Yo, Matic, we had a great show
Yo,
today.
like always, my guy.
You guys know what it is. Link Blueprint on IG. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. But more importantly, go to YouTube and watch these videos.
Yo, fire videos, most fire videos online right now. And again, if you want to send us your any of your material, you want to connect with us, grow with us, build with us, please send us everything to blueprintradioshow@gmail.com. I'm Matic_BPRS.
I'm Reed Roses _BPRS. That's Mega Sean.
Yo, we appreciate you, bro.
I don't hate LeBron. I think he's dope, but he's hating himself merch.
He's still saying stuff. He's still
Yo,
wilding.
we love
bro.
y'all. We out.
Yo, peace.
You are now tuned into Blueprint Radio.